Can you hear spirit? That's the question. So, clairaudience, can you hear the spirit world? Can you really hear their voices? Now, some people can. You may be the sort of person that actually hears outside of yourself a voice from the spirit world and you just hear them. Or you may be someone that hears energetically, very gently. You're hearing just within inside of your own mind. You hear through the energy. You could be that sort of person hearing spirit. How do you know if it's your words in your mind or if it's the spirit's words in your mind? This is the thing. I know with students, they're like, wow, how is it? Can I hear them? Can I not hear them? Is it my mind? Is it the spirit mind? What am I hearing here? So how do we hear spirit? Now, like I said, the first way could be that you're hearing them outside of yourself. How many people here have been hearing maybe their own name being called outside of yourself? I know I have. When I was doing night shift, I was walking around in night shift. There was nobody awake. I was on my own, and then all of a sudden I heard my name being called. How many times have you heard that happening to you? Welcome, everybody. It's nice to have you with me. I can see your comments. It's lovely to have you with me. But yeah, so are you the sort of person that's been hearing your name being called from spirit? Some of the signs that you're clairaudient are, you may be hearing your name being called, and you may be hearing other things being called, and you're suddenly like, oh, am I hearing that correctly? And you might be actually hearing either a doorbell. Sometimes you can hear a doorbell going, or you can hear the telephone going, or you can hear someone knocking at the door. Sometimes you can hear spirit walking. All these different things are hearing outside of yourself, and very good signs that the spirit world are trying to let you know that you can hear and that you have the ability to hear with your mediumship. So that would be all the things, the things that can happen outside of yourself, so that you would know, hey, you know, there's something going on outside of myself. So thank you, everyone, for your comments. It's lovely. I'm doing fine, and the family's doing well as well. Great to have you with me, and it's great to have you here live. So we were talking about hearing spirit outside of yourself, but what about hearing the voice from spirit just coming inside? And that's what we call subjective. And what it is it's like the feeling of an energy building up around your ear. And it's like, it could be any one of the ears, and suddenly you just feel the energy there, and you suddenly turn your head and you feel the energy of spirit. And then it's like you can feel that energy just moving into your mind, and it may be just a very silent, it's like you can hear it inside your mind, but it's a silent, very quick, it just sort of like plops into your mind. It's very quick. That's the only way I can describe what it is to hear inside, when you've got the clairaudience hearing inside your mind. Now, to tell the difference, whether it's your mind or spirit mind, when it's spirit mind, it's a lot quicker. When it's your own mind, you'll be thinking about it. I'm trying to get information, and you'll be trying, and it will take a longer time to get information using your mind. If it's the spirit world, it will just come in a lot quicker. Plus, when it's the spirit world, you will feel like a love sensation from the spirit world. You'll feel like a vibration and energy. You'll be feeling that coming in, and that's how you can tell the difference between, is it the spirit world or is it your own mind? Now, a good thing to do is when you're practicing this, is to make sure when you're working with someone, you say, okay, I'm just going to trust everything that spirit brings in. And if you do that, and then check it with the person that you're working with, whether in your groups or circles or development circles that you're in, just check it out and see if it works, and you'll find that it does. So that's really, really good to practice in your circles. Now, to develop clairaudience, you may be someone that's clairsentient, so you may feel, or you may be clairvoyant, so you may see spirit. And so how your mediumship works might be different, but to develop clairaudience, what I do is I sit in the power and I just open myself up to listening to spirit. And so that's something that I do to activate the clairaudience. And whenever I make a connection with the spirit world, and this is for you guys as well, is to like just connect and just listen. Just listen like it's the most important thing in the world is that connection that you have with the spirit world. That the most important thing, it doesn't matter what the sitter is doing in front of you or what your recipient's doing in front of you. What's most important is what the spirit world are saying, and that's the most important thing. So you're just listening to what they're saying. So that's how you can activate the clairaudience. What I normally do is when I'm sitting in the power is just imagine my ears getting bigger energetically to listen to the spirit world. So that's something that you guys can go away and do to sit for the development of hearing more from spirit. Now, if you've had any signs, write them in the comments. Let me know if you've had any signs that spirit have been speaking in the background. I hear somebody here says they've been talking to their mum out loud, and then it's funny, but then my live pops up. Talk about synchronicities, right? So if you're trying to get an answer, this must be the answer, and you were just thinking about it. So thank you for all your comments that you putting on here. Please continue to do so. But remember, when we're connecting to the spirit world, we want to receive information clairaudiently through the hearing of spirit. What we're going to do is sit for it, speak to our guides for it. So if you're speaking out loud to your mum, or speak out loud to your guides in your daily life and say, I'd like to develop this, I'd like to work on this. And in this way, the more energy you give it, the more that it will open up, and the more it will open up to more within your mediumship. Is it possible for spirit to wake you up? It is possible for spirit to wake you up. Yes, it is. Yes, Jason, I was just saying to my mum, I have to learn to hear her, and your video is definitely a sign. There you go. So talk about being on the same wavelength or the same frequency if you're talking about the spirit world, and then you know that it's like that. So it is possible for the spirit to wake you up, and it is certainly possible for the spirit to point you in the right direction. So I have been woken up through loved ones that have woken me up in the past, and I enjoyed it at the time, but when I needed my sleep, I told them not to do it again. The main thing is, I think if you check on my website, I had a blog about being woken up through my brother, and it's quite a nice blog. There's a little video in there, and it's a good blog about being woken up by spirit. It basically pointed me in the right direction. So if you really want to develop this, like I said, sit in the power, connect, listen. And if you're hearing them objectively, just say it. And if you're hearing them within and it plops into your mind, just say it. And keep the energy, the etheric energy of spirit there. And it's got to be the most important thing, that nobody takes you away from that. If you're enjoying the video, give me a like and feel free to subscribe. And if you want to see more videos, check them out after this one. Thank you.